Hi, everyone. We're going to be predicting the 2018 playoffs. We're going to be starting with Sunday's late game, Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints. The Saints won the game in Carolina this past year, scoring over 30 points, and at home against Carolina, they also scored over 30 points, beating them both times. Three times the charm we will see, and my pick for this game is the Saints over Carolina. The next game we'll be looking at is the Tennessee Titans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't mean to be upsetting either of these cities or either of these cities' fans, but this is how I see it. Kansas City Chiefs over the Tennessee Titans. We're going to see a lot of quarterback running in this game from Alex Smith and Marcus Mariota. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the Jaguars versus the Bills. Blake Bortles has been inconsistent throughout the season. Tyrod Taylor, as you all know, got benched right after the Saints game after not having a great performance. So what I see here is the Jaguars over the Buffalo Bills. The Jaguars defense, which I had on my fantasy team, by the way, is just dominant. If you have a good defense and you're playing the Bills, I would side with the good defense. The next game we're looking at is the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Los Angeles to play the Rams. What a story there. Who would ever say that the Rams would be leading that division, especially with the Seahawks in that division? But here we are. The Rams, fantastic team this year, offensively, defensively, so they are tough. Thus, I will say that the Rams will be beating the Falcons. Now back to the AFC, we're going to be seeing the Chiefs play the Patriots. As all you Patriots fans are well aware, I am sure that you know that you have the best coach in the NFL. Best coach out of all 32 teams. Thus, I choose the Patriots over the Chiefs. Next up, we're going to stay in the AFC when the Jaguars are going to Heinz Field to face the Steelers. This is a tough one. There is an injured running back for the Steelers named Le'Veon Bell. I believe that the Jaguars' defense is just too overwhelming. They are too stout. They're going to be too much for the Steelers' offense. So I pick the Jaguars over the Steelers. Back to the NFC, where the Saints are going to be visiting the Eagles. Wow, who would ever thought the Eagles would have made it this far into the playoffs? The number one seed in the NFC. Basically, my logic here is both defenses are decent, are pretty good. Offensively, we got Drew Brees versus Nick Foles. I will take Drew Brees any day of the week. Thus, I will say the Saints are going to beat the Eagles in their house. Staying in the NFC, we're going to see the Rams heading to Minnesota to face the Vikings. Here we have Jared Goff versus Case Keenum. Not sure if you all are aware, they played earlier on this season. The score, Rams 7, the Vikings 24. Now, you can't really go by the regular season and the playoffs. They're two different levels of energy, two different types of games. Playoffs are a whole new thing. So, that being said, we are going to say the Vikings will overpower the Rams. They are too much defensively, and Case Keenum has got them rolling. Next up, the NFC Championship game, where the Saints will be visiting the Vikings in their house. A new house, for that matter. This is going to be a very, very good game. This kind of resembles the 2009 season when they played the Vikings when Brett Favre was quarterback in the playoffs. Very interesting game. One defense is slightly better than the other, with the edge going to the Vikings. Offensively, the edge goes to the Saints. This will be a close one. Being that the Vikings beat the Saints in Week 2, I'm going to stay with that, and the Vikings will be going to the Super Bowl. Next up, the AFC title game is on the line here. We're going to be seeing the Patriots and the Jaguars in this matchup. The Jaguars will be traveling to Gillette Stadium to face these Patriots, and with Bill Belichick, like I said before, you cannot underestimate his ability. Jaguars defense, they're going to be picking off a couple of Tom Brady's passes, but in the end, and again, we're going to be seeing the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Finally, in the grand finale, we're going to be seeing, as I said before, the Vikes versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Wow, what a game. This is going to be tight. This is going to be close. This is going to see a lot of Vikings defense. This is going to see a lot of Vikings picking off Tom Brady. But Tom Brady, you can never underestimate. Who do you think is going to be the winner of the Super Bowl? My prediction, the Minnesota Vikings are going to win the Super Bowl. Thanks for watching. See you this weekend.